Today, I'm ranking all the Terrifier movies. I'm going to try and make this quick. So I'm just going to go over each movie, worst to best, and then tell you what I thought about them. We'll see what I rank them. Big spoiler warning in case you haven't seen any of the Terrifier movies. I am I'm going to spoil something. So if you haven't seen them and you don't want to be spoiled, here's your notice. With that, let's just get started. Starting off, All Hallows Eve. This movie is not. This movie's not good. This this movie is at the bottom for a reason. It's it's not even scary. It has some tense moments, but it's like kind of it's really cheesy and corny. It came out in 2013. It was very low budget, and unfortunately, it shows. And my biggest complaint about the movie is it is essentially like an anthology series. Basically, kids go trick or treating. One of them finds a VHS tape. Babysitter goes and watches the tape. And then there's different movies in the tapes. The biggest complaint I have of the movie is the second video with the lady in her house, and there's like aliens or something that come and crash down and then start chasing her around and do whatever. I just don't understand it. Why the fuck are there aliens in the Terrifier movie? Like it I don't know what they were thinking with that. It completely throws it off. It just comes out of nowhere because you have the first movie has Art the Clown, and then a lady gets drugged and that happens. And then there's the whole satanic circle thing with the evil, weird monster people, whatever. And that kind of makes sense until the end with the satanic circle, whatever. And then the third one also has Art the Clown. That one is probably the best out of the movie segments in this movie. But that one also has Art the Clown. So it makes sense in the movie, like he's chasing after a woman. And then you go back to the second one, just in the middle between the first and third with Art. And Art's just not even there. It's just some lady in her house alone with aliens. I just don't understand it. And then with it being a low budget movie and it being filmed in 2013, the effects do not hold up. They don't hold up for the time. They don't hold up today. At the time, they were cheap. I give them some leeway because, again, it's low budget and it's just looking at, you know, Terrifier 1 through 3. It's like the movies are supposed to be like super gory and everything, but this one just doesn't hold up. It's at the very bottom for good reason. I didn't realize this until I was editing the video, but there is an All Hallows Eve 2. So I'm going to go and watch that and then let you know what I think about it. I can't decide if I like Terrifier 2 or 3 more, so I'm just going to start with 2. Another thing I have to add in after filming and editing the video, Terrifier 2 is ranked above 3. I like Terrifier 2 more than 3, and it is just because of these clips.
Sir, if you're gonna put that in your mouth, you gotta pay for it. Hey, did you hear what I said?
Right off the bat, this is not the same kind of movie as Terrifier 1. I'll get into the first Terrifier movie, but going into the second one, it is completely different from the first one. These movies essentially went from random creepy guy who's just killing people just because, and they have turned it into like almost like Michael Myers or Jason Voorhees, Freddy Krueger, something like that. One of those kinds of movies where it's just like big Hollywood slasher. And Art now has like spooky evil powers. It was shown in All Hallows Eve and in the first movie that like clearly there's something is up with him. Like he's got some kind of special powers or something because they keep killing him and he just comes back from the dead. You know, he gets stabbed or something, he gets shot or whatever, and he just gets back up. But it is very apparent in this movie that he's not just some random guy. And then you have Sienna in the movie, who is essentially just Art's opposite. And like Sienna is the one that's supposed to kill Art the Clown. For some reason, she's the one that's able to kill him. She has some kind of special power or something. That part's never really explained, like why. Even in the third movie, we don't know why. We just know she's the one. She's the one that's supposed to kill Art. Another big complaint that I do have with this movie and with the third one, and kind of just with all of them, is people do not die. Like in this second one, Art comes into Allie's house, Sienna's friend, and then Art goes and kills her. But he does like a whole bunch of stuff. Like he stabs her in the back. He like drags the blade through her spine. He goes and like cuts off her arm, I think. He scalps her. He does a whole bunch of stuff. He just keeps stabbing her and cutting her. And then Allie's mom comes in and finds her, and she's just a mangled body that is somehow still alive. Like, dog, you should have died a long time ago. That's that's my big complaint about this movie is they do it on purpose, I think, but people do not die. With that said, I'm moving on to the third one. Getting into Terrifier 3, it is pretty much just the same as the second Terrifier movie, except this time it's on Christmas. Again, people don't die. Sienna is the main character. She is, for some reason, supposed to be the one to kill Art the Clown. Art wants Sienna dead for whatever reason. All the complaints I have with this movie are pretty much the same as my complaints with Terrifier 2. People don't die. Stuff just kind of happens. Art just goes around somewhere, just kills people, and then moves along. In one part, he goes to a mall and dresses up as Santa, and then somehow he's got a bomb. Like, for one, how did he find the stuff to make a bomb? How does he know how to make a bomb? He goes up and pretends to be Santa, and so he's passing out stuff to kids. He hands one of the kids a bomb. Security comes and tells him, hey, you're not Santa, you got to get out of here. So they go and escort him off. He's walking away, and then the bomb blows up. And the security guard that was there that dragged him away and saw him handing out the gifts didn't go and like arrest him or something. Like, they know, they have a good idea who the bomb came from, and yet they just let him go, it seems. I don't know. Terrifier 2 and 3, I kind of rank them the same because they're essentially the same. Terrifier 3 is just Terrifier 2 continued. One quick thing that I forgot about that I do have a complaint over is the kill Sienna's brother Jonathan. I don't know why he needed to die. Sienna has no one left now except her niece, who got dragged into hell now. And so, of course, there's going to be a fourth movie that we will now have to watch to understand the plot of what the hell is going on. Even though I'm not really a big fan of the way the plot is going with these movies, I'm still going to watch the fourth movie. I still got to check it out. I got to know what's going on. Moving on to my favorite one is the first Terrifier movie. I just think it does everything the best. It makes sense to an extent. It's just done fairly well. It's creepy, it's scary. There's nothing like paranormal. There's nothing like supernatural about the movie. In the first Terrifier movie, Art is just a dude who goes around and kills people. In the end, we see there's supernatural stuff, but it's not in the main movie. There's no hero versus villain or anything like that. It's just people fighting a dude killing people. And that's all it is. I think the way the movie is set up, the way the characters are introduced, everything about the movie, it's just my personal favorite. I think it's the best. With that being said, I'm going to go and call it here. If you have any movie recommendations or anything, leave a comment below and then I'll go and check it out. I also have a Patreon and a Cash App down in the description below, so go and check those out if you would like. And with that said, that's the end. Have a good one.